From the Live X studios in New York City, Cheesehead TV brings you two guys who like to think they know something about football.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Packer Transplants Live. I am Aaron Nagler, and joining me, as always, is my co-founder here at Cheesehead TV, Mr. Corey Behnke. I'm coming to you live from the Cheesehead TV podcast room for the first time for myself. And Corey joins us across the street from Lambeau Field, live from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Corey, what is on tap tonight?
Tonight, we breeze past the meaningless loss to the Lions and look ahead to who the Packers might possibly face in the playoffs. But right now, it's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly. We got the good, we got
Patrick Taylor, 50-plus yards and a touchdown. Way to go, buddy.
We got the bad, we got
Jordan Love, 2 picks. One of them, probably not your fault, but the ball is life, son.
We got the ugly, we got
fatalistic Packers fans trying to declare whatever Jordan Love might be in the future because of some play in the second half of a meaningless game in 2022, year of our Lord. Corey, nothing ever changes. It's like time is a flat circle. I remember people saying how awful Aaron Rodgers was because of some mop-up duty, and now, years later, we're right back where we were. How you doing, Corey?
doing all right. Long week,
Doing
but
all right?
you know, it's Wednesday night. Here we go.
Wednesday night means it's Packer Transplants night, and you know what that means.
That's right.
You know what that
means. The
means.
hotness, Nagler.
It
means
is
the hotness.
time for some hotness. Let's get right to it. Oh, yeah. It is time for the hotness. And, you know, we always like to share a little bit of hotness, a little bit of love each and every week here on Packer Transplants. And this week, we're going to go give a little shine to a gentleman who was drafted in the 3rd round. And when he was drafted, a lot of naysayers, a lot of those fatalistic Packers fans we were talking about earlier, they were, oh, he's just a fullback. This is a terrible pick. Well, this is awful. Why did they select him? I'll tell you why they selected him. Because of this. Roll it. Let's look at the hotness here. Lazard and Deguara, little tight end screen. Oh my goodness, look at this gentleman here. Guys rolling off of him, outrunning the defense. Corey, let me ask you something. Does that look like a fullback to you?
No. It doesn't look.
Because
like
that doesn't look like a fullback to me. Looks like a tight end.
Looks like
taking a tight end
tight
screen
end.
to the house.
What I want to know is where were those? Where's that speed come from? Like, I haven't seen that all year. You've seen him
Pretty
do
nice.
it good. You've seen him have nice catches in the backfield. You've seen
Right.
him make some nice plays, but we haven't seen that from him all season. So I'm here for it.
It's almost like he was coming off an ACL injury last,
Interesting.
week 4 of last year, and he's rounding into shape and getting better and stronger. It's amazing how that works. But yes, Lazard and Deguara is this week's hotness. Gotta love it. Love seeing him turn on the afterburners, like you say. Shout out to Lazard and Deguara. Now it's time for Corey's favorite segment. Time for some Packers news, because there's a lot of it. We got to get to it. First up, we got Randall Cobb, Jair Alexander, Za'Darius Smith, and Josh Myers all practicing today.
All right.
Pretty dope.
But no
Of course.
Bakhtiari practicing today, by the way.
Hey, wait. Would you stop jumping up in the script?
We jumped.
Can we just
Sorry.
Can we just get to what we're talking about here first? There's
Sorry.
a lot of people here on this list. I mean, how exciting is it that we got Randall Cobb, Jair Alexander,
It's
Billy
exciting.
Turner doing individual stuff, Za'Darius Smith
Crazy.
back on the practice field for the first time since week 1, and Josh Myers, the rookie center, all practicing exciting stuff. Now, as Corey indicates, and tried to jump ahead to, David Bakhtiari did not practice today. He was given a
I don't
rest
like this
day
at all.
He was given it's just load management. It's fine. It's all good. Relax.
As you're gonna see after blogosphere, I mean, this man was a beast in this game, seriously.
Yes, he was.
Like
Yes, he was.
He definitely shows he is a man among boys, and I'm not trying to hate on anybody on the offensive line, but my Lord, is he a difference maker for our offense. It's ridiculous.
It is interesting. Well, we'll talk about it in a little bit under the offensive section, but yes, 1,000%, everything you just said, correct, 1,000,000,000%. The other unfortunate piece of news today, Lucas Patrick placed on the COVID reserve list. And I know COVID is a way of life now in the NFL. You hope guys are able to get off this list quickly, obviously. And the fact that they have a week here where
that's the thing. The NFL moved to 5 days, right? They're on 5 days now?
There's the 5 days, and hopefully they can test out of it and just get back on the practice field next week. All of that. 1,000,000,000%. Bless you. But COVID. It's also nice.
I don't know.
It's also nice.
Speaking of COVID.
Oh, God.
Just kidding.
Don't do that. Don't do that to me. On top of that, Lucas Patrick balling out wherever they put him. Hopefully it's well timed with the bye week here. Sending our best. Hopefully he's back sooner rather than later. Next up, we got Nathaniel Hackett and Luke Getsy both getting interview requests. Obviously, we already knew Hackett had one from the Jaguars. Now both the Bears and the Broncos looking to interview him. And the Broncos also looking to interview Luke Getsy. Now, some have already surmised that this could possibly be paving the way for an Aaron Rodgers trade if they both land or one of them lands in Denver. But I think that's putting the cart before the horse a little bit. I obviously wish the best for these gentlemen, selfishly as a Packers fan, hoping they don't go anywhere. Clearly, because love what they're doing in Green Bay. But we'll see. We'll see. Other news on the life does move on. Other news on the interviewing front, a former Packers executive in personnel, Elliot Wolf, interviewing for the Bears GM position. Or at least has been.
Lord.
An interview request has been put in.
I don't like
I love it. I said on Twitter today, I hope he gets the job. I want all the drama. I want all the narratives.
He's good, though. He's good, though. He's probably going to be good at his job, and I don't want that for the Bears.
Agree. The spurned son of a Packers legend coming back to haunt them. Oh, give me all that narrative. I love it so much.
Yeah.
I love it. And also, I know Elliot somewhat. We go back a ways, and I think he's a good dude, and I think he's good at his job, and I'd love to see him get a GM gig. And I love the idea of him and Brian battling it out. I just think that's great. So
if he gets the job, are you going to quit Cheesehead TV and take Hub Arkush's job?
Are you high? How much have you been smoking tonight? That's what I want to know. That you would even ask that. That you would even suggest it, sir.
I just think that's funny. If you took Hub's job, I would totally hate you for the rest of my life. I'm just letting you know.
I understand that. But you see, I want Elliott to get that job the same way I want Mike McCarthy and the Cowboys to end up in Lambeau during the playoffs. And I know it can't happen this week, but I want that scenario. I want the drama.
Yeah.
It's like the Joker in Dark Knight,
Yeah,
Some
you like the
men
story threads.
just want to watch the world burn. I just love it. I just love it. It'd be fun. The drama would be hilarious. And then finally, little piece of news. There's a lot of on this day, but this one kind of blew my mind. On this day, January 12th, Corey Behnke, the Green Bay Packers beat the Carolina Panthers in the NFC Championship game. Today, January 12th, to advance to the Super Bowl. And we haven't even started the playoffs yet in 2022 now.
Crazy.
It's kind of funny how the NFL has incrementally made sure this season gets longer and longer. Well done, NFL. Well done. But that was a great game, obviously. And from Dorsey Levin wheel routes to the whole crew, whether it's Edgar Bennett, whether it's Brett Favre, whether it's Reggie White, Leroy Butler.
Reggie White.
Reggie
White had a great game.
Great. So great to remember. All right, let's talk about the offense and talk about what you were talking about. What a debut for Bakhtiari. I mean, the job that he did. And it was kind of funny to listen to Aaron Rodgers both yesterday on McAfee and then today with the media availability I think Spoon asked him the question. Both times he brought up Bakhtiari chastising or giving Rodgers grief about holding on to the ball for so long because there was such a nice pocket for him to move around in. It's like, yeah, at times there's been, overmatched offensive line play where Rodgers has had to get the ball out. But Sunday in Detroit, he just kept holding on to it and running around and making plays. And Bakhtiari was literally shaking his head at Rodgers because it's like, yo, well, what is this? Get the ball out of your hand. I love it, though.
I mean, I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence at all that the first time the Packers had a touchdown drive for their first drive in the game for this season that he was back. Like
Bakhtiari was at left
think
tackle?
those two things are aligned for sure.
You've connected
For
the dots.
sure. I've connected
them.
I've connected the offense. I mean, I said it after the NFC Championship game. I was like, the number one reason we lost the NFC Championship game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is because David Bakhtiari was out of the game.
I mean, it's a huge one.
Yeah.
It's a huge one. There's no doubt about it.
And the fact that our offense couldn't make any points.
All right. We're not going down that road. Not going down that road. So, New Year. We're on the precipice of the playoffs, Behnke. Don't go down that road.
I mean, I was going to say, like, how exciting is it? Like, talk about privilege, okay? How exciting is it that this time last year we were in the same position that we're in right now, and we have arguably a better team across all fronts. You could make a case for we might have had a better offense, but I don't know that that's the case really statistically anymore. But it's pretty amazing the Green Bay Packers run in the last 12 months, if you really want to get down to it. Last 24 months, really. So
I mean, and big shout out to Brian Gutekunst for keeping the band together. To your point about the offense, I don't think the offense is as good or as efficient, but I do think they've been dealing with a lot of injuries up front, and that has certainly played a role. Matt himself was asked about it today, and he said there are certainly things he hasn't been able to get to this year offensively that hopefully he will be able to get to in the playoffs because they'll have Bakhtiari, they'll have Myers, they'll have Billy Turner, hopefully. So it's going to be fun to watch this group try to gel, up front. But if Sunday was any indication in Detroit with Bakhtiari and Myers, I'm all in, baby. I love it. I love this idea. Next up, we have Deguara and Lazard stepping up. I just wanted to give them both shout out. Obviously, we just mentioned Deguara with the hotness, but overall, he has been playing, I think, at a pretty damn high level, along with Alan Lazard, who clearly gets the kudos. We've been talking about him for a couple weeks, but hey, in a game and a playoff scenario where you have to think teams are definitely going to be keying on Davante Adams. We all know that's going to happen. They need these guys to hit the ground running, so to speak, come playoff time. And the fact that both Deguara and Lazard are giving them, not only, big plays, but just quality reps down in and down out, it portends great things. Now you add Cobb back into the mix. Hopefully MVS, is able to come back from this back thing. I mean, you can really start cooking with gas on offense. So hopefully they keep this up. The week off doesn't derail kind of the strides they've made, because I think both of these guys have done some really good stuff for the offense over the course of like the last month or so.
Well, and you got to imagine two things that open themselves up for Cobb is Cobb in the slot with a true number 2.
Right.
That's danger, right? That's danger sauce. And early in the year,
you got the perimeters kind of manned, and we have to really worry about that. Well, hello, middle of the field. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I don't think that, given the training camp that we had, I don't think either of us would say, by the end of the season, Alan Lazard is going to be a true NFL number 2 wide receiver for this team.
Right.
I think we probably would have thought it would be MVS.
I would have thought it would be MVS because he had a great camp. And unfortunately, MVS has just been dealing with injuries. He hasn't been able to stay on the field. But when he's been out there, he's been pretty solid. But I'm with you, especially since the Rams game. Lazard has been lights out, man. He's been lights out. He has absolutely stepped up. And it's just not – he's still doing the dirty work. It's like we always used to talk about him as oh, he really obviously brings it in the run game, does a lot of dirty work as far as chipping the premier pass rushers. They had this murderer's row of pass rushers that they faced early in the season, and Lazard was like a goon in that regard, like trying to help beat up these guys. He's still doing all that, but now he's like coming down with these 50-50 balls, doing great work in the passing game, his route running, getting open, making himself available on scramble drills for Rodgers. Like, yo, Lazard is a complete player in a way I don't think he was. To your point, I don't think he was at the beginning of the year, but really the stretch of this like last month or so, he has really, really put it all together, which you gotta love. Just gotta love. Oh, speaking of gotta love and love in itself, how about Jordan Love? Uneven game, as expected, or as that should be expected. Why do people expect this kid to come in and just be like Joe Montana? I don't understand. Like, he is a very young player who does not get the opportunity to play. Like, this is it, man. You're watching development. Like, I'm sorry it's not like stepping in a video game and putting up 5 touchdowns for you, but that's life in the NFL.
The answer to your question when you said, why do people, the same people who say that A.J. Dillon is a bust for a draft pick are the people who don't understand that you can develop players. It starts and ends with the dick. So just going to put that out there.
I mean, it kind of does. The draft industrial complex kind of warp people's brains. Yes.
It warps everybody's mind. It's like,
it does kind of warp people's expectations. But it's not just that. I think there's more to it than just the draft stuff, right? Like, obviously that's a huge component. I think there's no question about it. But I literally had someone on Packers Daily this morning talking about how I went back and watched Jordan Love's first 2 years, or Aaron Rodgers' first 2 years, and he wasn't nearly as bad as you say. And, like, it took everything inside me not to completely explode, but I did kind of take the person to task because I'm like, first of all, it's literally impossible to go back and watch Aaron Rodgers' first 2 years because all that he did was play in the preseason, run stuff in training camp, and then have a couple games of mop-up duty. Like, you probably went and watched some YouTube highlights. I have zero doubt about that. But people don't understand how rough it was those first couple years for Aaron Rodgers. They don't. Hell, in his 3rd year, they don't understand how rough it was. In his 4th year, when he became the starter, he was booed on family night. 4 years in, booed on family night. I was there. You know why he was booed? Because he was bad.
Okay, hold on. That's a little bit of like rewriting history for 1 second. So
I was there, Behnke.
A lot of him being booed was some baggage from the whole Favre trade and all that stuff, okay?
This is my point. Why do you think people hate on Jordan Love right now? Because Aaron Rodgers is a god and he's winning MVPs, and so therefore Jordan Love must be awful.
I know, but we haven't traded Rodgers. We're going to do that next year, so, you know.
Fair point. But people are just greasing the skids, you know? They're like ready just to hate that move if it happens. And I'm not saying that move is for sure going to happen, but if it does, everyone's ready to say the Packers are complete morons, don't know what they're doing, just like they did when they traded Brett Favre. It's like, can we just relax and let the kid play and develop? That's all I ask. Rather than, like, making these false fucking claims that, like, oh, he's a complete bust because he hasn't lit the world on fire in some mop-up duty. You know, it's just. It drives me nuts.
I will say though, he did have that. He had that touchdown that we showed earlier, and then
the touchdown. He had a 2-point conversion.
I had
run.
some faith that he was going to do the comeback, and that would have been. The funny thing is,
it would have been great. Yes, of course.
With development, the fun thing about development, it's like pre-camp. Okay, it's like. You don't want to hate on the negatives because people are developing, but you can actually, like, the positives are big, you know, and they're, you know, you have to take them with a grain of salt too, but like the positives are so huge, but the negatives are a little bit less. So that's kind of nice.
Well, you want them to learn from it. Like, you want guys, whether it's a quarterback, whether it's a tackle, whether it's a corner, you just want guys to learn from it. And that's why I asked Matt about the interceptions, because it's like, if there's one thing that a young quarterback needs to learn, it's how precious possession is. Now, obviously, that first interception, it's really hard to put that on Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Guy jumps up, ball gets tipped, definitely, and still Amari has a chance to catch it. I get, and even that, like Amari, it's like, okay, it was tipped. It's like the flight of the ball changes. Yeah. I get it, all that.
He should have caught it.
Eye, blah, blah. It's bang, bang. Should have caught it, but I get it, right? So it's hard to put that one on Jordan. But the last one, Matt himself said today, like, yes, that's a throw that you would hope he could make, even with a guy in his face, whatever. But if you, like, eat it and live to fight another down, just get guys up because it's not a deep route, like, whatever. Like, these are the things that you're hoping he takes away and he learns from. That's it. And that's all. That's all it is. It's not bigger than that. It's not smaller than that. It's just a moment of development. And there's no way for us to know. There's zero way for us to know what it portends for the future. Yet everyone wants to say, oh, it's this or it's that. We have no idea. That's what drives me nuts.
Also, just FYI, you can be a good quarterback and throw picks, by the way.
Brett Favre says
hi. Look behind you.
Yes.
Look behind you over your left shoulder.
Oh, this gentleman right here. That guy? That guy? Wait, take me wide. Take me wide. Take me wide.
He was really
Nicholas.
good. And
this guy. Oh, we don't quite have it. He threw a ton of picks.
You see his
more
mouth.
than anyone else. You see his mouth. More than anyone else in the history of the NFL. And he was pretty good. He was all right.
Yeah, he was good. He was kind of good.
He was all right. He's all right.
Third best quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, so,
Third best. I would agree with that assessment. After Lynn Dickey. No, I'm kidding. But love me some Lynn Dickey. All right, let's go. Let's flip it over to the defensive side of the ball, shall we? Defense. Defense. Do your job. Do your job. Don't do someone else's job. Do your job. Now, look, I know we all looked at those trick plays, right? And we heard Matt after the game. He was pretty heated about it. Do your job. We think, oh, it's just the trick plays, not that bad. But what's disconcerting is that there's a touchdown that the Lions throw to St. Brown where they're literally supposed to be doubling him, and he's wide open. I mean, I get it's a meaningless game, and I get we're like, week 18, whatever, but, man, that's disconcerting. Like, if the call is to double a receiver who ends up wide open, come on now. Come on.
Do
your job.
I got something. Here's the thing, okay? Name a better NFC front four once we get Z back in. Can't do it. When that front four comes to play, it doesn't matter who your cornerback is. And then you got Jair.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
All right.
This defense,
I think Tampa's
is
front
about
four is pretty good.
Nagler.
Yes,
you want to
yes,
Nagler?
sir.
Nagler. I'm going to look right in the camera. Nagler.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Listen to me, Nagler. This defense is about to blow your mind.
I love it. I look forward to that. I definitely look forward to that. Hey, you mentioned Jair Alexander. And it's interesting getting Jair back on the practice field. I've gotten this question a million times probably in the last, 2 weeks to 10 days. Where does Jair fit? Anywhere. He can be your number one. He can be your number two. He can be your slot. You can be whatever you want him to be. Jair is so good, he fits anywhere. Now, I don't think anyone is under any illusions, at least they shouldn't be, that Jair is going to walk back in and be the number one corner. I mean, don't get that twisted. They're still going to put him on whatever premier receivers they're facing.
Of course. Of course.
But this consternation, this idea of oh no, where do we fit Jair? Are you kidding me? This is the greatest thing to happen for this defense the entirety of the season is getting Jair back. Like, he is such a valuable chess piece. And I know a lot of people think of it as, oh, he eliminates one side of the field. That's not really how this defense operates. But they can utilize him any number of different ways. and I am here for it all. I'm here if he wants to blitz the quarterback, if he wants to shade to the number one, if he wants to play, hell, if he wants to play the slot and start dominating the run. I don't care. Get him on the field. Have him utilized however he wants. Just people trying to like slot him into one thing or the other. He's got to do this. No, he is a queen on a chessboard. He is the most powerful piece, and I, for one, cannot wait to get him back.
I mean, I'm just gonna knit with that. The most powerful piece on the defensive chessboard is only one person, and one person only.
Who's that? Who that?
And that man's name is Kenny Clark. Okay. Most powerful Packer, most powerful defensive Packer.
I think he's probably the best player on the field for the Packers on defense. But I think Jair's versatility and ability probably makes him the most powerful. But that's just me.
I hear you.
Just from a schematic standpoint.
I think your thoughts are going to change when Kenny starts doing some Reggie White-like moves. Because that's the thing.
If Kenny has the
Kenny can turn that corner and can go take it over the top.
I love that you said turn the corner, because you realize I love this little stat that Zach found from PFF. He lined up outside the tackle more this year than he has in his like entire career, and
interesting.
The guy was just like balling out from like, remember. And what's funny, if you'll remember, you go back to the draft show here at Cheesehead TV when we talked to Kenny via Zoom. He talked about how this scheme was going to get him moving around a lot and how he was going to be working outside a lot more, and he was really excited about that. So hopefully we'll see some more of that in the playoffs, no doubt about it. Hey, speaking of the defense, I got a little fun fact for you here, Behnke. I know how you always like to come out with your notes and your statistics, and you look at the rankings.
Only sometimes.
I know. Well, not tonight, obviously. When you're engaged, but not always. But here's a little fun fact for you, though, Corey Behnke here. I thought you would appreciate this. So the Packers defense this year, now with the regular season is over, they have finished 9th overall and 13th in scoring. Guess where they were last year with those rankings, with both overall and in scoring? Where were they in 2020? 9th overall and 13th in scoring.
The same.
That's exactly where they were.
But
they're the exact same rankings-wise.
But here's the thing, though. Middle of the year, they are much better defense than they were last year, in my opinion.
I agree. And it's just funny to me.
It is.
Remember how
funny.
The consternation
middle of the year they were at.
We got to have a top
6,
10
though.
defense. I know.
And we do. Well, and the other thing is,
you got to have a top 10 defense. It's like, no, you have to have a defense that's playing well when it matters, and plays good complementary football. That's what matters.
Well, I think that the two biggest things that we didn't have last year, the two key impact players besides those that were injured, right? Z coming back is obviously huge. The two biggest is Devondre Campbell and Russell Douglas. Boom. Like, holy freaking crap. Those two players have made such a difference. So it's funny how we did end up, but imagine had we had Z, had we had Jair.
I was just going to say.
It's
imagine.
Like, wow.
But now here's a rabbit hole.
Imagine an imaginary menagerie.
No, exactly. No,
imaginary menagerie man.
No, you almost had it. Oh, but that is true. And here to your point. Now imagine this. Now here's how crazy the NFL is, right? Imagine Jair doesn't get hurt in that Steelers game. They probably never pick up Rasul Douglas.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Right? I mean,
you just blew my mind.
I'm just saying. So now, Jair's absence, he's back for the playoffs. They're probably a stronger, better defense going forward, you would think.
Imagine
it's
this.
Almost like
Imagine
everything
you want to go. You want to go even. You want to go even deeper,
I'm
Nagler.
Just saying.
Imagine Ted Thompson was able in his last 6 years to have two pickups anywhere near as good as Rasul Douglas and Devondre Campbell. Okay, so shout out to Brian because
all right.
I wish Ted had one of those picks a year. If he even had one of those picks, we might have taken it over the top. But no. Used to be good at that, and he really sucked at the end.
Why are you speaking ill of Ted? Come on now. The man was suffering.
Because he didn't get it done at the end. Didn't get it done.
I hear you. Why you got to bring me down,
Didn't get it done, Nagler. Sorry.
All right. Let's play. I want to play a game. I want to play a game with you.
Okay, what's
Corey.
the game?
And I didn't tell you anything about this prior to us going on the air because I wanted it to be fresh in your mind, and you have to like just kind of figure it out, right? And we will also ask people in the chat. But it's time to play. Who do you want? All right, Behnke, that's right. Who do you want, Behnke? Do you want the Cardinals, the 49ers, the Eagles, or the Rams? Now, before you answer, let me tell you a little bit about each team. All right?
Okay.
One team has lots of star power, but a turnover-prone QB. Another team has an all-or-nothing defense that likes to blitz a lot, getting some talent back, and they have a dynamic young quarterback who likes to run around. Another one has a strong run game, a lot of talent on defense. We've already beat them once. And then there's another one has a strong offensive line, a young quarterback, and probably a suspect defense. Of those four, which one are you hoping comes to Lambeau?
Personally, I don't care because we'll beat whoever comes. But
for
the sake of this game, I'm going to go with Arizona because, I just feel like we got their number, and I'm not really scared of them. But I wish, though, I want Arizona, and then I want Tampa. I want Tampa Bay so badly. I want the Bucks.
Really?
I want the Bucks.
Really?
Yes, I want the Bucks. Yes, I want the Bucks. I want the Bucks, and I'm going to take Kenny Clark for a sack and Z for a sack of Tom Brady, and then Kenny Clark back-to-back sacks like Reggie White did in the Super Bowl, and that's where we're going to end the year.
Wait, so let me get this straight. You want the Bucks more than the Cowboys?
Yes. I want a rematch. I don't like the way the Bucks left Lambeau Field. I want a rematch.
All right. So you're much more. See, I would have thought a student of history would probably want the Cowboys for all the times that we in the '90s went down to Dallas. I
would want the Cowboys.
Never got them
if
in
I
an
hadn't
NFC
had
Championship game back in '96.
I had to endure last year's NFC Championship. It was the only game I went to. It was the only game most people went to. I was one of very few. I think there was 14,000 people. I got to go with my 5 other cousins, and we weren't in my grandpa's seats, but we used my grandpa's seats to get in. And you know what? That game left a bad taste in my mouth. Not as bad of a taste as the Seattle game. Not as bad of a taste as the Atlanta game.
2007? Wait, NFC Championship game, coldest game since the Ice Bowl. You were there for that one too.
Oh, that was the worst.
You've had a few bad nights at Lambeau.
2007 was the worst year of my life. That game was the worst year of my life. Then Seattle, because everything was there. There was that 5 minutes of your life where you're like, I'm going to the Super Bowl. We're credentialed. We're going. Awesome.
We were all ready. We had the flights booked. We were ready to go.
Yeah. So Tampa's like number 4, I think, worst. But it was so close, and like we have an opportunity now to kick Tom Brady off of his perch. So I'm here for it. You know what I mean? The Cowboys can wait.
I'm just surprised at your recency bias. That's amazing to me. But no, I get it.
Recency bias. So
I get it. I say I get it. All right, let's do it. Let's roll it, Nicholas.
This week in the Packer blogosphere.
That's right! It's this week in the Packer blogosphere, the return of that venerable series. Corey Behnke, I know you are a frequent visitor of Packers.com. It's come to my attention, though, that not everybody is. And that kind of perplexes me. And I understand the idea of state-run media. I don't want the mouthpieces for the team to tell me what's up and blah, 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 blah. But I'm here to tell people that they need to, every single day of their lives, if they are a Packers fan, visit Packers.com for no other reason than to make sure they do not miss the Rock Report. Larry McCarron is a treasure. And I love that. I think the other day, Matt or Aaron, one of the guys, like literally gave Larry a shout out during a press conference, and it warmed my heart. And I was like, you know what? We need to give Rock some love. Let's roll this clip from this week's Rock Report.
David's very first play in over a year, aggressive pass protection, and David is good with his hands, good with his feet, and this is kind of interesting. After that initial thrust, David takes his hands away and totally frustrates the rusher. Look at him, grabbing at air. He eventually resorts to a bull rush, gets absolutely nowhere, and that very first play goes for 28 yards. Classic drop back protection now, and David is going against Charles Harris, the Lions' leading sacker and best rusher. Harris has moves. Look at it right here. He's using that rip to try to turn the corner on David. But David is just too strong with his left hand and arm and too good with his feet to give up that corner. And this is kind of interesting. Ball is away. Here it is right here. And look at the relationship between David and Aaron Rodgers. You talk about width of the pocket, and also look at David's body position. Knees bent, hands out. That is fundamentally perfect.
Perfect.
Come on. It's so good. It's so good. And there's a lot more after that. There's like minutes and minutes and minutes. Like, we didn't want to play the whole thing, obviously. But go to Packers.com. Check out the Rock Report. Check out everything Larry does, because
also the Packers have
the
Packers have a app for Apple TV and for Xbox, and that's where I usually watch Rock Report. So those of you on those services, it's really cool because then you can I'll sometimes play that on a loop. It's cool. I like it.
I love Rock Report. I love Larry is just an absolute gem of a human, and obviously he's so good at what he does. I just want people to like appreciate it, because like, look at that. That's like football porn, for God's sakes. What he's doing right there, the breakdowns. I mean, it's so good.
Well, and he always pretty much does unsung. Like, he did Devontae when Devontae was on the show, but like, he doesn't go to the things that you normally are looking at. So it's pretty excellent. Like, you know, like for instance, the Lazard, like where I was really learning, I learned from Rock that, you know, Lazard had really come up as a number 2 and wasn't just doing the bruiser baller, you know, blocking stuff that he was really well known for. So that was, you know, it's great. It's good
Larry's
stuff.
the man. He's the man. Check out his stuff at Packers.com. I just want to give one other little quick thing on Packers blogosphere-esque, I guess. Do you watch the Manning cast at all, Corey? From an NFL
I try to.
When they do it, like
I try to.
When they're on there. Well, Aaron Rodgers was on.
I think it's
there.
pretty funny. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I love it. That's a great idea. I love what they do. So they've had a number of quarterbacks on their show, on the Manning cast, and there's now a growing sentiment online that there is a Manning cast curse, because quarterbacks have gone on that show, and then the following week they have not played well, and then, oh my gosh, it's the Manning cast curse. So when they announced, what was it, 2 weeks ago, last week, whatever, that Aaron Rodgers was going to be on there, I put it out. I was like, oh, Aaron Rodgers is going to be on the Manning cast. I put it on my Twitter feed. Holy Toledo. The youth of this nation need to go outside and touch some grass, because I had so many people in my mentions, oh, shit, oh, no, oh, God, oh, it's the worst, stop. Like, yo, the Manning cast curse bullshit has taken over the Madden curse bullshit for the stupidest shit that people believe in. Like, you got to go, like, yo, watch a movie. Buy a magazine and read it, or read some Tolstoy. Do something with your life other than believing in this nonsense. Tolstoy. Anything, I don't care. Chekhov, whatever Russian literature you need in your life, please, I beg you. I'm begging you. Discover the written word. Do anything other than believing in this bullshit. By the way, Aaron Rodgers threw for 2 touchdowns, a couple 100 yards, and then sat down and was fine on Sunday. The fucking bullshit curse nonsense has got to stop. People, life is too short for you to believe in this bullshit. Stop. I'm begging you. I am begging you from my soul. Please stop. You know what I'm talking about, Corey. I know you do.
I do. I mean, I lost track of believing that I had anything to do with Packers winning or losing the game or any of that crap. So, yeah.
Right. A long time ago. Oh, hey. While we're here, before we wrap up Blogosphere here, let's give a shout-out to our friends over at DraftKings, the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download it now. Use promo code Cheesehead. That's promo code Cheesehead. DraftKings Sportsbook is giving all new players a deposit bonus of up to $1,000 in free credits with their first deposit. Head to the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and check out all they have to offer, including same-game parlays, player props, live betting, and so much more. DraftKings, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is safe, secure, and reliable. You can deposit and withdraw your money at your convenience. If Sportsbook is not yet available in your state, don't forget about the DraftKings Fantasy app. They are offering millions of dollars in total prizes every week. Corey, let me ask you this. I know it's not available yet in your area. It's not available in Wisconsin. It is now freshly available here in New York. It is
nice.
As of last weekend, available in New York. So I'm going to throw down some bets this weekend.
Okay.
Will you join me, sir? Will you join me? I want to throw down a couple, like just some player props, maybe some parlay, just a few things
But
that I'm going to like.
I can't.
Track.
I'm not going to be in New York though.
I know you won't, but I'm going to ask you what I should do, and then you can make the determination.
Lord, you're going to lose all the money. You're going to lose all the money.
It's all about. It's all about having fun, though. That doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of fun.
I'm fine with it. I mean, I'm going to pick the Packers to win. I'm just going to let you know.
Well, they don't play this weekend. That's the beauty of it. We can just bet on all the other games.
I don't know any other teams.
Oh, we're definitely gonna lose some money then.
I literally hate every other NFL team, but it's just what the thing about it is. I have such hatred for every NFL other team. It's just an order of preference of hatred, right? It's just I've prioritized my hatred of those other teams. I actually think I've taken that to another level where I don't even like it when people know about other teams. It's like, why would you spend your time and bandwidth? You know what's funny? Like when you watch NFL Network, right?
Right.
None of those people on NFL Network, okay, and I'm not hating on the people, but it's literally impossible to know anything about 31 other teams, 32 teams. It's impossible.
Right.
It's impossible.
Yep.
Even if you spend your entire life doing it and watching every NFL game. So it's like basically all the people that talk about all the other teams on NFL Network don't know what the F they're talking about. It's really hilarious. It's a bunch of people not knowing what they're talking about things that they're seeing. It's just funny, you know what I mean? It's hard enough to know everything about the Green Bay Packers if you watch every game and go to every press conference, and you know this because you do it.
That's right. That is correct. I mean, I say this on Daily all the time. It's like I remember those days back with SI, with Bleacher Report, where I would have a fucking binder, all 32 teams, knowing everything I could about the depth chart, who was where, coaching. I kept track of the offensive quality control coaches for all the teams. That's how hyper nerd I was, blah, 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 blah. But then you get on the beat and you start covering a team day by day and you realize I don't know anything about any of those other teams. I know some names on a flow chart maybe,
but
that's about it. And then I watch the games and this offensive line is pretty good. And this quarterback is struggling. This defensive back, I saw him get burned on a double move once. I guess he's kind of aggressive. That's it. That's the surface level, for the most part, that you're getting for anybody who covers the league. Now, there are some that do it better than others. But for the most part, yeah. And then what kills me, though, is that Packers fans, will consume stuff from NFL Network or ESPN or wherever from national pundits, talking heads, whatever, who said, oh, did you see what so-and-so said? No, I don't care what so-and-so said. What they say is completely immaterial when it comes to the Green Bay Packers. So I'm with you there. It's just kind of funny to me.
It is funny.
All right. Should we get to some comments, some Facebook and YouTube comments?
Yeah, let's do it. We got a super chat from Jacques C. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you.
Jacques C.
We got another super chat Wait, I got to check to make sure. Oh, yeah. We got another super chat. See, Nicholas is way ahead of me. We got another super chat from Gavin Jurgens. Thanks for the super chat. Didn't say anything. And then we got another one from Jacques C. Any possibility to get Bill Huber, Jason Wilde on Transplants? Love him on the Packers beat. Love what you guys do from Sydney, Australia. Thanks from Sydney, Australia. Appreciate you.
What is funny is we have had Jason on Transplants before. I don't think Bill's been on Transplants. I've asked Bill.
I do not
before.
want Bill Huber on fucking Transplants. Get the fuck
relax.
Out of here,
I've asked Bill to.
Bill Huber is literally the worst question asker in the history of the NFL. By the way, okay.
Not even close.
Bill Huber.
Not even close. Not even close.
He's really close.
Not even close. Not even close.
Literally,
sir.
when people are making
he's
fun
not
of
even
talk a little bit.
He's not even the worst question asker on the beat. Not even close. Not even close.
No, Bill Huber not on the show. Okay, not over my dead body, Nagler.
Anyway, so we've had Wilde on before. You know what's funny?
Wilde.
This is true. When
we
Corey
invite Wilde to
first
all kinds
started,
of stuff, and he just turns us down.
He
all
never
the time.
shows
Go ahead,
up.
Nagler, sorry.
What's funny is I was going
up.
to say, like literally when we first started, and I've said this before, so this isn't like a secret. It's not a big reveal, but when we very, 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 very first started Transplants back in 2007, that's how long ago. We legit did we've done maybe 10, 12 episodes, and we were starting to build kind of a following. ESPN, not local, ESPN Bristol emailed us and were like, because they were starting their local coverage and they were starting to get people on board, and they were like, could Jason Wilde, who had just signed with ESPN local, could he come on Packer Transplants? And we were like, yeah, sure, why not? We couldn't believe that anybody knew who we were. And the fact that ESPN even knew that Packer Transplants existed was kind of hilarious. So, yes, we've had Wilde on before. Maybe at some point we'll have him on again. We used to end every single show with Jason Wilde saying to Mike McCarthy,
"Don't give me that drama tonight, Jason. I don't need
Jason.
that drama tonight." Coach, he has this really long question. It's so long. It's the longest question in the history of the Green Bay Packers.
It was right after the fail Mary. So it's he was trying to, I get what he was saying.
I don't need that drama tonight, Jason. It's so good. We should. Oh man, we should bring that back. It's a classic. We should bring that back for the playoffs.
All-time classic.
We can do a montage of the coaches talking to each other.
Well, no, we had Coach, we had McCarthy and Wilde, and then you remember? Do you remember? Here's a.
Oh yeah, Winston Moss. That was the best.
That's it. That's right. Well remembered. We had Winston Moss.
What did he say though? What did he say? Yeah.
He just looks at the camera and goes, or no, he looks off to the side because he's talking to Rob. I can't help you.
I can't help you. Oh man, that was great. That was so great.
So good. So good.
Hold on. Then we got Joyce Goose. Sorry if I didn't say your name right, Joyce.
What's up, Joyce?
I'd rather not screw up our cap by trying to sign A-Rod and Devontae and move on to Jordan Love and be able to keep some of the young guys. Joyce. I saw this come in. Joyce, you and me are on the same wavelength, Joyce. Okay. No one's going to like what I have to say, and if they're going to clip it off, and I don't care, okay? I don't care. We win the Super Bowl. We trade Aaron Rodgers for 3 first-round draft picks. We probably only get 2 first-round draft picks. We got 2 first-round draft picks. Jordan Love, here we go. Back-to-back Super Bowls. Let's go. Back-to-back Super Bowls. Okay, if the Green Bay Packers were able to have back-to-back Super Bowls with 2 different quarterbacks, Brian Gutekunst, right over there, would get a statue next to Curly and Vince. Seriously. So would Matt. So I'm here for it. Let's do it.
All right. I would like to say I don't agree with a lot of that. I'm with you on the idea that this could potentially happen, a trade of Aaron Rodgers for a lot of assets. Super Bowl with Jordan Love his first year as a starter.
Come on, Nagler.
I'm not so sure about that.
Nagler.
I love it,
Nagler.
obviously.
Nagler.
Yes, sir.
Remember?
Yes,
this
sir.
is like pre-camp, okay?
Yeah,
we're kind of like,
man. I feel you.
Can
we just win this Super Bowl first? Can we worry about that?
I'm here for it.
Before we start worrying about next year and what they're going to do with Aaron Rodgers. Let's just win the Super Bowl. All right?
I'm here for
everything
it.
else.
I'm here to
take
win the
care of
Super Bowl.
itself.
I would like that.
All right.
I would like that a lot. You know what's good? You know
Thank
what
you,
I'm
Joyce.
excited about if
Thank
we
you,
win the
Joyce.
Super Bowl? You know what I'm really excited about if we win the Super Bowl, honestly?
The parade
besides
that
winning
will
the Super
literally
Bowl?
go past your home.
No. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But even more so than that is
What's
Coach in a fedora. Okay, I'm
Come
here
on.
I'm here for
Yes. We've got the evidence.
We got to
He was on this
I want to
year's
get him
program.
the overcoat. I want to get him the
He's got
overcoat.
to get a camel
so he's got,
hair
like,
coat.
Yeah.
He's got to get the
Yep,
fedora.
camel hair
All
coat.
of it.
Got to get the fedora.
All
Got to
of
get a
it.
stogie, right? Where he's just like,
Oh, yes. Oh, we just won a fucking
good.
Super Bowl. Aha.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Yes.
Then we got Ian. Ian, can't wait to see how they use Z. Def more pressure, which should lead to more INTs with the strength and CB and Jair coming back. Eyeballs to the left. Thank you guys. Go Pack Go.
Down with
Thanks,
it.
Ian.
Down with it.
I agree with that.
Down
I
with
agree
it.
with that 100,000,000%. Matt, oh, that's funny. Matt's eyebrows are statues by themselves. That's hilarious. Nicholas
point.
is like, where are you going? Where are you going? Then we
Nicholas
got
is
Carl
really
Van...
doing.
Nicholas is like, what are you talking about? Carl Van Beckham, dear Corey, don't go to the game. Okay, here's the thing, because I saw a lot of this.
Oh,
okay.
here we go.
Okay,
Here
so
we
even
go.
Here's the thing, though, but they kind of are right at Lambeau, right? It's kind of true,
Right.
okay? I've only been to like 2 or 3 playoff games where we won at Lambeau, and I've been to a ton that we didn't. But here's the thing, though. I am a little bit of a good luck charm, I'm going to say. I was in Philadelphia, Atlanta, Chicago, and Dallas. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was, and literally, I remember going to Philadelphia.
Those are all on the road, though.
I know, that's what I was saying. That's what I was kind of saying. But then the thing is, and it's true. Like at home, yeah, it's true. It's true. Okay, we're just gonna move on from that. We're just gonna move on from that. Matt Pearson, thanks for the super chat. Don't care. Brady Bucks, Mahomes Chiefs, Derrick Henry Titans, Dak and Zeke, 49ers D, Belichick's defense, the Bills. Bring it. We winning. I like your attitude.
That's
Matt.
it.
I like it
Matt
a lot.
Pearson
Matthew
is a true Packers fan. There you go.
Matthew Tan from Facebook. I want to give a shout out to everybody watching us on Facebook. It's going to be Packers versus Arizona game in the next round. Packers, baby. All right.
There you go, baby. Come on, Matthew. You and Corey on the same wavelength with the Cardinals there.
Righty. PacFan39. Maybe Tremont or Leroy next week's episode. What? You don't like us? You don't like us just alone?
I like it, though. I like this idea.
I mean, I like where your head's at.
Wait a second. Make it all secondary episode. I like it. Former Packers secondary brilliance.
I mean, I'm down.
Leroy.
I'm down. I love
Down
them
on
both,
this.
so I'm down.
I like it.
Johnny Rivers, thanks for Super Chat. When the ball slips your hand like a book by Ayn Rand, that's Amari. When the beer starts to pour and fans think you're Jamon Moore, that's Amari. Wait, I got to do this right. When the ball slips your hand like a book by Ayn Rand, that's Amari.
That's Amari.
When the beer starts to pour and fans think you're Jamon Moore, that's Amari.
Amari.
All right.
Hey,
Justin Wilkie.
All the whoa, time out. All the stuff I said about Jordan Love earlier, about how everyone needs to chill, and we don't know what he is, and nothing means anything yet. Apply all that to Amari Rodgers. I saw so much Amari Rodgers hate during that game. Y'all need to sit back, relax, and listen to the news. He's a rookie, and he's barely played this year. Just hold up on your condemnation.
True. I forgot where we were. Justin Wilkie, thanks for the super chat. Can't wait to see Rodgers hug McCarthy after we beat the Cowboys. Also, let's get Cobb a ring this year. I like where your head's at, Justin, as usual.
That
one of
picture
our,
alone.
Yeah. Justin, appreciate you being on the live chat all the
Thanks,
time.
Justin, buddy.
Eric Pacheco Jr., in your opinion, do you think Kelly has been playing better than Turner at right tackle? Honest question. Thanks for the super chat.
This is a really good question. I was talking about this with someone who works for an NFL team, not the Packers, just this week. And to my eyes, which are pretty untrained, yes. To his eyes, which are much more trained, he said it was a push. I'm of the opinion they'll put Billy Turner back out there as soon as he's able to go. I know he did individual work today, but I think Dennis Kelly has played really well. And I tell you what, you were talking about Brian earlier and giving him kudos. They've got a dude who played 17 games last year, a starter for a playoff team, legit just sitting there on the bench waiting to come in case of something happening. I mean, shout out to Brian Gutekunst. Because we, Corey, Packers fans have sat here in years past, you're talking about Ted or whatever, how many times have we seen tackles go down and everything fall apart on the offensive side of the ball?
Yep.
That has not happened at all this year. And they've gone through like 4 different tackles. Dennis Kelly being one of them. I mean, that's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing.
I don't know if you can say that hasn't happened at all.
What do you mean? You mean as
the
far
game
as
Jordan Love had to go in? Jordan Love got his ass handed to him by blitzes because the tackles couldn't
Yeah, but
cover.
it was just – no, but that wasn't on the tackles. That's just like there's one more than they can block. I mean, that's not that guys were being – it's not like this
always.
Tampa game where guys were being overwhelmed.
True,
I mean,
true.
Don't get it twisted.
That's true.
But you are also
Don't get it
right in the
twisted.
sense that like
Don't get
the
it
offensive
twisted.
the offensive line did not play a particularly good game in Kansas City. That is true. It
was garbage.
That is true.
Too old for this. Thanks for the super chat. Matt LaFleur, Fedora Fund. I'm with you. Mark,
Add it
thanks
to
for the super
spreadsheet.
chat. Yeah, you do that. Mark, thanks for the super chat. Patreon party at Corey's house for NFCCG. No, that's not happening.
I don't think that's going to happen.
No. Ian, but appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the sentiment. Corey, we were in Washington for the playoff game years ago, and Packers won. Oh, Ian! What's up, Ian? Yes, we were. Go all you can. You are a great fan. One day I will go to a game with Nags. Ian is a freaking rock star. Dude is cool as hell.
Dude,
we went to the Washington game together. That's 100% right. He lives near there, and it was a lot of fun. The dude totally is a huge CHTV supporter. Ian, I appreciate you being on the show, on the stream
Ian,
tonight.
thanks for pointing out.
Super chat.
Thanks for pointing out once again. A road game.
You know what, Nagler?
Saying.
Oh, my Lord. I really can't handle you right now. All right, so that is all she wrote.
Wait.
So that's
Let me
what
ask
we
you
have for
this. Let me ask you this. So is this? So I know Labazetta is like trying to pressure you into going to the game.
Yeah, he is.
So is this your moral dilemma? It's like you have been pressured by a friend to go, and you want to go. It's the playoffs, but you know it ain't been pretty in Lambeau when you arrive. So is this it? Like
No.
you're like,
Lambeau.
I don't know.
Nagler.
I don't know.
Nagler.
Yeah.
Nagler.
Yes,
Lambeau
sir.
needs me, okay? When Lambeau needs me, I am there. I am there. I will be there for Lambeau, okay?
I feel you. All right.
No one can get in my way, okay? No one can get in my
feel
way.
you.
When it comes to
Feel you.
Lambeau
So-
Field and me, it's right there. There's nothing
So
in
what
my
you're
way.
saying
Nagler.
is-
There's Lombardi Avenue, and that's it, buddy.
So what you're saying is that for the playoffs, I'm going to be doing watch parties by myself, and we're going to go to the Super Bowl. Is that it?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking
Why not?
about right here. All right.
Well, we
Sounds good to
should
me.
have Packer Man, so you have like little.
I'll
ton,
have some.
little ton.
Yeah,
you need,
little
you
ton.
need little ton.
Little tongue will be with me. No question about it. Hey! Quick before we wrap it up tonight, let's give a shout out to all our Patreon members. Look, Patreon is phenomenal. The happy hour we have every single week is one of my favorite moments every single week as far as connecting to Packers fans literally all over the world. You guys really are the lifeblood of what we do. Can't thank you guys enough. If you are out there and thinking, you know what, I really enjoy Cheesehead TV, I want to support what they do, you can go to patreon.com/cheeseheadtv. All we ask is $5 a month. It does support every single part of the brand, the website, the videos, the social, everything. So shout out to Patreon members literally across the world because you guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot to us. Corey, you got anything else before we head out for the evening?
No, let's do it. I think we're going to have another Packer Transplants next week, so get ready to join us next week. We're going to talk about hopefully the Packers' opponent. There won't be a Carry the G next week, but
Carry the
you will
G,
have Packers Daily
will have
throughout
Packer
the week.
Transplants.
And
No doubt.
Yep.
So it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a good time. Please hit like, hit subscribe. And look, we cannot thank you guys enough. Even if, and I understand not everyone can afford $5 a month or even $1 a month for a Patreon support. I totally get that. But please do hit like and hit subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family. This Cheesehead TV, we are trying to connect Packers fans across the world. It's what we've been doing since 2007. We can't tell you enough how much we appreciate the support. Thank you so much. We are, and will always be, devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide.
What do we like to do? Put the best what out there? Come on, Nagler, help me out. Best 5, all right? Best 5.